Welcome back to the channel, and today we're cracking open another piece of tech for the Workstation, the GTPLAYER Mesh Gaming Chair. If you're aiming for a cyberpunk laced gaming setup, this rig slots right into the aesthetic. We have a preem look with top shelf mods locked in, a thicker high density seat cushion, a new shock absorption system, breathable mesh for heat transfers, and a reclining frame paired with a deployable footrest. Now this run is strictly an unboxing and assembly op. We pull it from the box, bolt it together, and jack out. The full review drops in a separate transmission once this rig has seen some real action. Let's dive in. First up, packaging. The crate rolled in smaller than expected, but dense enough to warrant a two-person lift, unless you've got chrome reinforced arms. It's a no-nonsense brown box running red livery, tagged with the slogans "Be Cool" and "Be Free" stamped alongside a stylized R. At the drop point, the unit showed up in solid condition. There was a slight breach along the bottom seam. Looks like the packaging wasn't reinforced with tape enough. Nothing catastrophic, but enough to flag it as a potential weak point and run a check on the internal components. For the components, items are wrapped in a plastic and braced with cardboard and foam, shielding to keep the payload stable and protected in transit. First we have the backrest, seat, footrest, headrest, and lumbar support pillow. Then we have the base, the decorative cover, and the armrest. Finally, we have the mechanism, footrest rails, gas lift, connector, casters, and screws, washers, and tools. So first we have to install the base using the M620 screws, and it looks like the arms just slide right over the main portion here. So I'll go ahead and put those all into place. And for me, it helps if I push these little arms here out of the way while I'm pushing the arms on. And these are really nice materials here. These legs are all metal. The center portion is metal. This here is just a plastic cover just to make things look nice. Then we can grab the included Allen wrench and tighten up the screws. Now, a quick note with my kit, we're supposed to have two Allen wrenches, one being one size and another one being larger for other bolts that are within the kit, but seems that both of my Allen wrenches are both the same size, so I'm going to have to use my own tools to finish assembling this computer chair. So the base is going to roll around nice and smooth. Although we don't have the seat on, I really am liking the results that we have right now. So next we can slot in the gas cylinder so that the chair can rise on command. Next, we're going to install the mechanism onto the seat as seen here in this orientation. So we have the front portion of the seat on this side and the rear portion on this side. And then we're going to use the M618 screws, and there's just going to be 4 of them. We're going to get those started by hand. And then we'll use the Allen wrench to tighten them up. Next, we have the footrest rails, and these have to go on a certain way. So we're going to have this longer hole side to side on the footrest rail. That's got to go towards the front of the seat. So again, if we look at this footrest rail, there will be an elongated hole, I would say up and down, and then an elongated hole side to side. And you want that elongated hole, that side to side, towards the front. And that's important because that's going to allow us to insert the footrest easier if this is installed properly. And for this we are using the M625 screws, and we can tighten those with the Allen wrench as well. Now, also of interest to note, not only is this mentioned in the directions, but we also have directions here explaining how the footrest rails go on. So once we have those front screws tightened up, we're going to loosen about half a turn on both sides, and this will allow the footrest assembly to be ideally inserted a little easier. So maybe these will pivot a little bit. They do slide a little bit. Maybe I can loosen this side up a little bit more. So this side does move a little, and this side moves a little as well. Next, we can install the seat onto the gas lift. just to try out the footrest there to demonstrate, that just pulls out. It's not very long, but you can tuck it in, or you can fold it back under and tuck it under the seat. That's really cool. It hides away really nice. Next, we can install the connector onto the back. Now, just quick about the back here. This is where we're going to see a lot of the cool design elements here, geometric shapes. Now, this is going to be all hard plastic. But as for the connector, it's going to bolt on right here. And we're going to have M630 screws with lock washers and regular washers. And then we can tighten up once again with the Allen wrench. Then we could take the back with the connector and drop it into place on the seat there into a slot. And that goes in pretty deep. And there are going to be 2 screws with a lock washer and a regular washer that hold that back into place. Very supportive. It should hold up really well over a long period of time. So next we have the decorative cover, and according to the directions, it should just slide up and into place. So we'll check and see if that's what's gonna work here. And that's not going. And it just takes a little bit of effort to actually hit it in place. Next, we can bolt in the armrest, which I already did on the other side here. And that just drops right into place. You might have to articulate it to align it with the holes. And then we can use the M835 bolt, and we can tighten it into place. Once we have those bolts installed, we can place the caps over them for a clean look. Then we have the lumbar support pad. It's got GT Racing branding on it, and it has an elastic strap which is adjustable. And then we have like this quick release setup here. It'll feed through the loop after you've wrapped it around the chair so that it will stay in place. So again, that's just going to wrap around the seat. And you may have to adjust the strap, and then it'll connect to the loop on the pad. And you can tighten this up if you would like. That's what that's going to look like. And the lumbar support is actually really nice. And the headrest pad is going to have a similar setup. We're also going to have GT Racing branding on it. The same elastic strap. By the way, these covers for the headrest pad and the lumbar support pad, they are removable, so if you have to clean them. So that's a plus. But I made the elastic strap longer on this one as well, just so this would go on a little easier. And it just sits in place just like so, and looks really nice. And that wraps this run. The GTPLAYER rig is online and ready for field testing. If this transmission helped you navigate the build, slide a like into the system and sync up with the channel for the full review once this chair has seen some real world action. Until then, keep your workspace lit, your gear tuned, and your signal sharp. Catch you on the next upload.